Hello and welcome to the first video lecture of marketing specialization, that is sales and retail management, subject code 606. I am Professor Prashant Birje and I'll be handling this subject for you. As with other subjects of under Rani Chennamma University, you have 20 marks for internal assessment and 80 marks for your external theory examination conducted by Rani Chennamma University. As the name suggests, sales and retail management. This subject is a combination of two different subjects, that is, sales management and retail management. So, this entire syllabus is divided into two different parts, Part A and Part B. Part A deals with retail management, and Part B deals with sales management. Part A has three modules, Part B has two modules. So, retail management module number one starts with introduction to retailing, that is, world of retailing, retail management, its introduction. So, basic definitions will be covered here, meaning of retailing, characteristics of retailing, characteristics of retailers, emergence of organizations of retailing, that is, how uh, that is historically how organizations or these retailers have developed in India, types of retailers, multi-channel retailing. What is multi-channel retailing? Generally asked question this is. So that will be understood. Then with examples we'll see what are multi-channel retailing. And then customers buying behavior, that is consumer buying behavior, we have already covered in model number, sorry, we have already covered in semester number 4. So the same thing we are covering again in this part. Then Indian perspective of retail environment, so how retailing is increasing or improving in India, and what are the challenges and limitations they are facing, what are the trends in retailing. So that this is what we are covering basically in module number 1, which is basically an introduction to retailing and retail environment in India. Module number 2 talks about merchandise management. So what is this merchandise management? It includes planning of merchandise, what all merchandise you want to keep in your store. Merchandise is basically all those items that you keep in your stores with an intention to sell it. Then assortments, that is, what are the variety that you are gonna have of merchandise. Then buying systems, how are you going to buy merchandise, from where you're going to buy merchandise, how you are going to evaluate your or vendors. So these all things will be covered here. Then pricing of merchandise, what are the various pricing methods that you're going to follow in retailing. And retail communication mix. So basically we are covering the 4 P's here. Then store management. In retail, when we are talking about a physical store, that is a brick and mortar store, conventional traditional store, it is important to manage the store also, its appearance, its layout, its design, how does it look, that is visual merchandising. How do you stock your products? You have the products in a go down, but you cannot keep it or arrange the items just like in a go down. You have to arrange it in an attractive way. So that is what we are going to study in store management. Model number 3 talks about relationship marketing and its importance in retailing. Management of relationship, then evaluation of relationship marketing in organized and unorganized retail sector, how is it different, and retail research, that is marketing research in the retailing, and retail audits, that is marketing audits in retailing itself. So these are the three modules of part A, that is retail management. Part B, which is of sales management, is very vast. They have added lot of things. Module number 4 talks about nature and scope of sales management, why its meaning and scope, objectives of sales management, functions of sales management. Then sales organization, that is how your sales department or your sales organization will be, that is meaning and importance of sales organization. Then sales personnel planning, that is it talks about the HR perspective of sales, the how do you recruit salespeople, the nature of sales personnel planning and its importance. Sales job analysis, so we talk about job analysis, job description, and all this generally covered under HRM. You have studied all these things. Then what are the qualities to become a successful salesman, or what one should have in it to become a successful salesman. Then again, with respect to HRM training and development that you have studied, so how training and development is to be done for sales personnel. What are the various training methods? What are the various methods of sales training? That is what we are gonna study in model number 4. Model number 5, again with respect to HR, it is so compensating sales personnel. So compensation is again an important part of sales. It is also an incentive, that is because of which motivating part, more monetary part, which is given to sales people to motivate them. So requirements of sound compensation plan, what are the requirements that we are studying, and what are the various ways of say giving sales incentives, what are the meaning of sales incentives, types of say incentives. Then we are also seeing what are sales meetings that you are going to have, sales meeting and conventions also. Then types of meetings and conventions we are going to see, what are the difference between a sales meeting and a convention, trade shows, exhibitions. So all these things will be covered in this. Personal selling, you have again covered this in previous some of your previous classes. So what is personal selling, that we are going to see difference between personal selling and advertising. Personal selling, how, why it is important, where is it used, objectives of personal selling strategy, various steps in personal selling process. So entire steps, 7 steps are there. So all these things will be seeing under 5C. And 5D is again very important part, technical thing. Sales quotas will be given to you as salesman. If you go into sales, your target will be fixed. This target is based upon geographical location or many different classification. So what is the meaning of quota, what are the objectives of having sales quotas, why sales quota should be there, various types of sales quotas that you are gonna use in India. So these are things that will be covered in model number 5. So sales management and retail management, two different things for you. Reference books that have been given by Rani Charma University are so many this, but what I am referring for this is sales management, that is decision strategies and cases by Richard R. Still, Edward, Candiff Norma, AP Govani. That is very good. Retail management by Barry Bergman, for only retailing it is good. And sales management I'm using of Tapan Panda, which is not there covered in this. So sales management by Tapan Panda. So these are 3 books you can use for covering this. One single book will not cover all the 5 modules. You need to have, if you are referring textbooks, you need to refer at least 3 different books for this. So with this, we end today's lecture, an introduction to your syllabus. If you have any doubts or anything, suggestions, you can always contact us.